What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Jay Will back again, here to do some pitcher projections. Today is Friday, September 19th, and we got a full slate of games, including the matchup of the day. You got San Fran versus the Dodgers. You got Robbie Ray versus Clayton Kershaw in his last game. He'll be retiring after today. Um, Top five pitcher K's playing today. Coming in at number one, you got Crochet out in Boston with 240. Number two, Dylan Cease in San Diego with 201. Right behind, you got Wu out in Seattle with 191. Robbie Ray in San Fran with 181. And rounding out the top five, you got Will Warren with the Yankees with 160. Before we get into the review of yesterday's projections and picks, I'm going to ask you to like, comment, subscribe. There's a couple ways to get my picks. Join the Dub Club, use code UNC, UNK. You get half off your first month in the YouTube executive tier. Link in the description. All right, let's get to it. So to start off, we were 15 for 20 for a blazing 75%. We did good. We only missed it by 5. It was a light slate. And let's look at some of the sellers. I faded Tong, and the guy went over. He had a monster game yesterday. I did not see that. Did not see it. Bassett, he couldn't get 4 right at 3. Same thing with Ginn. He couldn't get 4 right at 3. Bello, I had him going over. He only had 3. And Hunter Green, I faded him, and he went over. So, few tweaks here and there, we could have went perfect. But the live parlay hit and the pick of the day. Like I said, we was on fire, bro. I did not see this win with the Logan Webb. I was asleep. I woke up to it. Uh, let's go. You know what I mean? Castillo with the under and Kikuchi. I told y'all, if you go watch yesterday's video, everything in that video was perfect, bro, except these projections right here. But as far as the pick six and the pick of the day, let's go. It hit. Um, let's try to duplicate that today. Who was the ass of the day? It was Kikuchi. I mean, I had him going under, but 5.2 in his pitch, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, just 2 Ks, bro, and no home runs. Kikuchi, ass of the day. Our pitcher of the day, meanwhile, was Fried. He fried him up. 7 in his pitch, 3 hits, no runs, no earned runs, 1 walk, 13 Ks, bro. No home runs. Max Fried, pitcher of the day. All right. The pick of the day, I'm going with Luis Severino over against the Pirates and Will Warren over against the Orioles. For the pick six, I'm going Bryce Elder over against the Tigers, Trevor Roger over against the Yankees. I'm fading Lorenzen against Toronto. I don't think he gets 5. Parker Messick should get 4 against the Twins. Same thing with Ryan Nelson. He should get 5 against Philly. And even though Clayton Kershaw is his last game, we fading him. We packing him up. We sending him on his way without getting 5 Ks. So we're going to look it over, talk it out, and see why we feel the way we do. But I just want to give a quick shout out to people who tailed the tickets yesterday. Tim and Josu V9. Shout out to you guys. That's what's up. So let's try to do it again today. All right. So let's start with the pick of the day. Severino over and Will Warren over. Let's start with Severino. This line is at 4.5. Last 5 games, it's all right. What were my concerns with Severino? Well, let's see. All right, Severino first on the list here. My concerns: earned runs, hits. He's not really giving up home runs. He's a 5 inning guy, and then the walks is a problem. So I had concerns. Um, like I said, his earned runs a problem in these last 5 games. He just gave up 5 to Cincinnati, three against the Angels. His hits, 4 or 5 hits. Hits equals runs. His home runs in these last 2 games, concerning. But before that, he haven't really, you know, like I said, he's a solid 5 inning guy. And his walks, concerning. He's giving you 2. So we go back to the strikeouts and we look at the head to head. He has not done it. Now, granted, this was last year, and look, 6 innings, 6 innings, and the most he got was 4 Ks. The last time he faced him, he got 3 Ks, 7 earned runs, 9 hits, 3 home runs, 2 walks. They hit his ass up. But I'm looking at here what other pitchers been doing, and I see a lot of green. All right, I do. I see a lot of green. Um, and on the red, you got Tyon, Cade Cavalli, Clayton Kershaw. You know what I mean? But look at all that green. And I'm just like, man, okay. So other pitchers been getting to him. Yeah, he had a bad game against Cincinnati, but look at this. And then let's go back further, 10 games, right? New York, San Fran, Cleveland, bad games. But Houston, Seattle, Washington seem like, teams with high strikeouts, he can get them, you know? Um, so that's my logic on that. It might be sweaty, but based on what other pitchers been doing and where Pittsburgh is, ranked 7, strikeouts in the last month, I feel like Severino could do it. We'll see. Next up, pick of the day. I got Will Warren going over against the Orioles. Let's check him out. His line also at 4.5. We look at his last 5 games. Don't look too good. Nothing looks like, oh yeah, this is a great pick. Which were my concerns with Will Warren? Well, everything. Earned runs, hits. He's been giving up home runs lately, streaking. He's a 5 inning guy, and he haven't really been walking because they've been hitting home runs, bro, and hits. So that's my concern with him. And let's take a look at this. Last 5 games, earned runs. Boston just hit his ass up, 6 earned runs, but you see 2-2. Boston just got his number. All right. Hits again. Boston tagged him, but you see 5 here, 5-2 with Detroit. He got to them. Tigers sucked that day. But look at the home runs. He's on a streak of giving up home runs in his last 5 games. So definitely a concern, right? Pitch count, 5 inning guy. And the walks, not so much. Like one, he could give you 2 or whatever. Let's go back to the strikeouts, right? So we got all these concerns. Let's go to the head to head. And we look at the head to head. Both of these games were this year, one early in the season, one back in June, which is 3 months ago. So he's getting at least 5 against Baltimore. It's a division rival. He knows them. And let's look at what other pitchers been doing. I see a lot of green, you know, a lot of green. So Where's Baltimore on the strikeout list? Number two, right above the Yankees. So both of these teams are high strikeout teams. Not to say just because he's done it against them, he will, but every other pitcher is. Why shouldn't he continue to get five? His line is at 4.5. And I'm like, wow, I was kind of like surprised by that. But Will Warren over 4.5. Let's go. Um, okay, going to the pick six. We got Bryce Elder over. Let's talk about it. Against the Tigers. And I've been on fire with these pitchers against the Tigers, bro. All right. And this one, I couldn't believe either. I'm like, what? His line is 4.5 against the Tigers, bro. Like, okay, so look at his last 5 games, man. Okay. He's giving you really at least 6. He had that blip against Philly, but throw that out, bro. And it's like, what? His numbers is amazing. I can't believe his line is 4.5 against the Tigers, bro. So there's no head to head. But, you know, look at Tigers. I see a lot of green. There was some reds here. But in the reds, you got at least 3, 4, you know. Um, Back to my concerns about Elder. What were they? Let's see. Elder. I didn't have any. I take that back. It was his walks. That was the only concern I had. Everything else looked great. Low earned run average, hits is low. Not really giving up home runs. He's a 6 inning guy, but his walks are a concern. So let's check it out. Earned runs. Last 5 games. Houston just hit his ass up. That 6 was nasty. You throw that out, not really giving up runs. Hits. Same thing. Like I said, Houston lit him up. Throw that out. It's nothing too crazy. Home runs, not really. Pitch count. He's a 6 inning guy. He could go 7. Bad game against Houston. Outlier. Walks, yeah. Concern. So that's my only concern is his walks. But as far as strikeouts, come on, man. Slam dunk over Bryce Elder. All right. Trevor Rogers. Let's talk about him against the Yankees. I like Trevor Rogers. That's my guy. I've rode the over with him plenty times, and I couldn't. All right. His line is at 5.5. So I'm like, well, I couldn't believe it was at 4.5. But no, his line is at 5.5. But as you see on the last 5 games here, this is fantastic. I'm like, man, Trevor Rogers, bro. What were my concern? Well, it's hits. He does give up some hits and he could walk you, but other than that, Trevor Rogers. All right, let's check him out. Last 5 games, you see the K's, at least 5. He's facing the Yankees, who are number 3 in strikeouts in the past month. Come on, man. Slam dunk over, but let's look at everything else. Earned runs. Like I said, look at that. He's not really giving up the runs. Okay. I have no concerns there. His hits, it could be a concern. You see at least 5. You got the Dodgers hit him up with 8. It could get out of hand. That's my concern. Home runs, not so much. Pitch count. This guy is a 6 inning guy. We love it. You see that? You see them 7s in there. Past 2 games, though. But Trevor Rogers walks, concern. He just gave up 4 to Toronto, 3 to Houston, at least 1. You know what I mean? So his walks, that is my concern. But as far as the strikeouts go, come on, man. He's getting 6, I feel. in my opinion. Let's check the head-to-head. No head-to-head, but I look at it's a mix of red and green. But when I'm looking at the red here, I see 5, 4, and I'm looking at those pitchers, Pavich, Bradley, Zebby Matthews, Brian Bello, Tyler Horton. He's better than those guys. So I'm rolling with it. Yeah, Trevor Rogers, bro. I'll be surprised if he don't get it. I will be. Next up, we're fading Lorenzen. He's facing Toronto. Let's check him out. His line is at 4.5. We're already on the head-to-head. When was this? It was last year. Point 0.7 of an inning and 4 innings. So it's not, can't really gauge anything off of that. Let's look at his last 5. His past 2 games have not been so great. 1 against Seattle, 3 against Philly, 5 against Minnesota, 5 against the Angels, and 6 against the White Sox. What were my concerns with Lorenzen? It was everything, really. Yeah. Yeah, let's take a look. Earned runs, nastiness. We see at least 3, 4. Didn't have one in this last game, but look at this. Hits allowed. We're looking at 7. Pure nastiness. Maybe he got it together because his last game, as you see, he didn't. Home runs, pitch count. He's a 4 inning guy. We can't depend on this guy to stay in the game to get us the Ks, you know? And the walks, not so much. But we go to the strikeouts again. We go to the last 10, and it looks like he could do it. Once we go back to the head-to-head, his line is at 4.5. What other pitchers been doing? I don't see a lot of green, And on the green, I see Joe Boyle, Albert Suarez, Trevor Rogers, Christian Javier, Zach Littell, Hunter Green. Is Lorenzen as good as those guys? I don't think so. So I don't think he gets 5 against Toronto. Where's Toronto on the strikeout list? There they go. They're number 2, right behind Kansas City. So that's gonna be an interesting game. I'm fading Lorenzen. I don't think he gets 5. He won't be in the game long enough. You know, I don't. He'll get 4 at max. I don't see the 5. Might be spicy. I don't know. But let's go. Lorenzen under. Parker Messick, 4 Ks. Let's check him out. Cleveland facing Minnesota. I need Minnesota to beat them because the Tigers' division lead is just dwindling. They've been playing like ass lately. But hey, get all this ass out the way before the playoffs. That's my thing, you know. So let's go. Messick. Let's put it on 4. His line is at 4.5. There is no head-to-head. I see a lot of green. All right. So that's the start. What were my concerns? Messick. I really didn't. Oh, it was those hits. The hits definitely a concern. So let's check it out. Another thing, he only played 5 games. So I'm like, damn, I don't have a lot of data to look at, but looking at this data, I see at least 4. He had a blip against Boston. Could throw that out and you see 4 Ks. What else though? Earned runs? Not so much. Throw out the 3. And then, hits allowed, that is my concern. As you see, at least 7. Throw out the 4. And yeah, that is the major concern right there. Home runs, not so much. Pitch count, he's a 5 inning guy. He could go over. We got a couple games in there. He's a pretty much 5.5 inning guy. And the walks, he might give you one. So that was my read on Messick. No head to head, but other pitchers I see a lot of green. He's only played 5 games this season, and he's got at least four. You know what I mean? So I feel good about it. He should get the four. Parker Messick. All right. Next up, Ryan Nelson. He should get five against Philly. Let's check it out. Nelson. Let's take a drink. All right. Ryan Nelson. I took him for five. His line was at 5.5. So I put this on five. Let's go to his last 5 games. And I see at least 3 Ks. What were my concerns with Ryan? They were his walks. That's really it. You look at his earned runs, not so much. Uh, could give you one, maybe three, but one really, one, two, maybe. Um, you look at the hits, 4 hits, it's not bad. Not really giving up home runs. And his pitch count, he's a 6 inning guy. That's great. We love 6 inning guys. And his walks, the concern. So let's go back to the strikeouts. The line is at 5.5, but let's put it on five and we look at his last 10 games. And I see at least four, right? At least four in his last 10 games. And he does have head-to-head history. And it was last year. He went 7 innings, had 9 Ks, 2 earned runs, 3 hits. He let up a home run and he had a walk. So I really feel like he gets the five. You know, where is Philly on the strikeout list? Where are they? Middle of the pack. He should be able to get it. You know, um, safe as five. You know what I mean? So that's where we got that. Um, okay. And last up, let's talk about Clayton Kershaw and why we fading him on his last game in the major leagues. Well, one, because it's his last game, right? If you at work on your last day and you're about to retire, are you gonna bust your ass on your last day? Fuck no. Bro, I don't know how many innings they plan to pitch him, but I feel like, I don't know, that's just me. You know, he's gonna get the minimum 3 innings. They're gonna be like, all right, give him a little standing ovation, round of applause, and sit his ass down. Maybe not. I just don't see him like going all out on his last, you know what I mean? Bro, I don't know. I don't know, man. He could, you know, and the same thing for batters. They're not gonna be like, oh yeah, let me strike out for Kershaw. I don't know. Maybe Vegas put the call in and like, hey, y'all let him get these. I don't know, man. But all right. So his line 4.5. Let's check it out. Last 5 games, okay, wishy-washy. You know, there's some times he could do it, and it was against Baltimore and Cincinnati teams he should go over against. He's facing San Fran. Ironically, that was the last game he played, and it was shit. He had 2 Ks in that game. What were my concerns with Kershaw? It was everything, everything. And then only thing I like is the fact that he's not really giving up home runs, but everything else was nasty. All right. Earned runs, nasty. Look at this. All right, hits. All right, 4 or 5 hits. It's not nothing horrible, but like I say, he's not giving up home runs. His pitch count also. He's a 4 inning guy. He might go 4.5, you know, in his walks concern. Um, so we go back to the strikeouts. His line is at 4.5. Did he have head-to-head history? He does. 2 out of the 3 times he went over. One time was last year, but he faced him twice this year. Okay, and the first time he went 7 innings, and that was in June, 3 months ago. He got 5 Ks, no earned runs, 3 hits, no home runs with 1 walk. Most recent outing, which was last week, where he's like, which was his last game too. And I think this is where he's like, yeah, I'm done after this year. This is it. I'm done. But yeah, 3 innings. Okay. He went 3 innings, 2 Ks, 4 earned runs, 5 hits, uh, 4 walks. You know what I mean? So, so he's gonna go from 2 to 5 on his last game, and they've been hitting his ass up, and his hits been crazy, and his walks. I don't think so. Uh, Damn, those last games of the nights though, like I don't know, man. I might, but it's Friday. I might be up, maybe. I don't know. But shit, I be trying to stay up. But yeah, that's why we fade in Kershaw. So once again, there's a couple ways to get my picks. Join the Dub Club. Use code UNK, UNK. You get half off your first month in the YouTube executive tier. Link in the description. All right, guys. I got some work to do. Put these picks on the Discord. Join it. It be popping. The community is great. Um, Shout out to Monty Bundles, my guy. Uh, all right, guys. That's it. Um, let's have a good one today. Let's try to duplicate what we did yesterday, and let's get this money.